heating oil bills. So there will there be a pullback by the consumers that will send a chill through the economy? Joining me now is Phil Flynn of Aileron. Yes, he's nodding. He knows what I'm talking about, of Aileron Trading. And Vijay Vathaswaran, who is a correspondent for The Economist, author of Zoom, The Global Race to Fuel the Car of the Future. Phil, let me start with you. And you know what, Phil? I'm with you now. Every time oil stays where it is or stays above 80, I look at it as a positive for the economy, that we're not ready to roll over into a recession. So I'm with you. I like these.
I agree with you. And in fact,
and now,
yesterday,
so it's a positive. It's a positive, and I'm going to go with that.
It is.
All right.
Well, it is.
No,
and I think
tell me about the storm. Is it anything to worry about?
It could be, but I don't think that's why we rallied yesterday. I really don't. I think that you're right. I think it was because the stock market rebounded. I think that was the main issue. Obviously, the storm's a problem. If it develops into something, it is another reason not to be short. But ultimately, I don't think it's the main reason why we came back yesterday. Vijay,
we scratch our heads a lot about what's really going on in the oil markets. Is this purely supply and demand from India, and we are in a different era that's never going to change from now on?
I think you're right to ask the question about what are the long-term drivers. There's no question China and India are driving a part of this trend towards tighter markets, but I think it's a mistake, as a lot of people are assuming, to think there's a floor on oil prices. I can't tell you how often I hear it's a new era, prices will never come back down. You know, we see books like End of Oil, Out of Gas. There's no geological scarcity of hydrocarbons that can be made into gasoline. There are short-term market discontinuities, underinvestment in OPEC, especially with spare capacity supply in Saudi Arabia. But we just have to look to Canada to look at the tar sands. There's more energy there than in all of Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, Vijay, you look at, if you search, a word search of new era for oil, you're almost getting at a point where you'd see that. I mean, it's everywhere, right?
And I see a herd mentality there. You know, sure, in the short term, we're going to see lots of reasons we've talked about already about why you're going to see strong prices. In medium-term, volatility is a better bet. Long-term, this is what I argue in my new book, Zoom, oil is actually headed for the garbage pail of history. If you look at the multiplicity of forces, technology, ultimately public policy is coming down the line, the car industry and the oil industry are headed for divorce.